Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we're taking a look at Pepe Unchained, right? So if you haven't been part of the channel for a while, I'm going to be covering very important information that you need to know in relation to the launch, right? Because there are certain things that happen during the launch, especially for this type of scam, that you need to be aware of so that you can wise up and you don't make a mistake that might actually cost you, right? So this is a video you'd want to watch all the way to the end, right? So first thing first, we see that the launch is going to be occurring tomorrow, right, on the 10th of December, 2 p.m. Universal Time, right? So let's just go back to our scam flow, right? So if you don't know what this is the scam flow. Normally, this is the steps that all these scams they follow, right? Especially the people behind this particular scam. This is the stages that we've been able to record, and we have noticed in the plus 1 year that I've been looking at these specific scams, right? I've been looking at scams for 3 years, right? Currently, we are in the pre-sale era, right, of the scam. Before, we were in the meta era, right, where we had tokens launching and then there were just token dumps. It all started actually with 100% sell tax. If you remember back in the days, that was actually how these scams started, right? So without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into this. So obviously now we are on stage number 5, right, which is the launch. Like we said, they normally launch on Ethereum. Why? Because Ethereum acts as a deterrent for investors to sell because of the high gas fees. That's why the scammers always choose Ethereum, right? They could have made it easier and choose like BNB, which is much less gas fees, right? But they don't do that. They want Ethereum. It acts as a deterrent. So the other thing that you need to know in relation to the launch is if you had staked, obviously, the 7 days, right? This is something that I've seen in all their scams, right? They always enforce the 7 days, right? So if you had staked, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait 7 days rather, right? And during these 7 days, this is where you see the stage 6, which is the artificial price pump, right? So the artificial price pump doesn't really occur a lot lately with the scams that I've covered within the last 6 months at least. I haven't seen a lot of the artificial price pump, but a year ago, some of the earlier scams that we covered, like the BTC20, right? We saw this artificial price pump, like it will go like 3, 4, 5x, right? Because majority of the investors will be stuck in staking, so they will do this artificial price pump, right, to pretend as if the token is going up, but it's actually not, right? They've got bots right there that are actually doing the buying and all that, right? These front running bots and all that. They have there's a specific AE1E, I believe, a scammer bot that buys and sells at a loss to sort of like prop up the price, right? So this is something that we saw. So for Pepe Unchained, we're going to have to wait and see during these 7 days, are we going to be seeing this artificial price pump or not, right? So that's just something to take a look out for. And of course, when the 7 days actually now are done for those who had actually staked, it normally takes between 7 to 14 days for everyone to actually claim their tokens. So from the time that you are reaching those 7 days, that's when you start to see the price drop, right? The price starts to drop up until the pre-sale price is 80 to 90% below the pre-sale price, and then they would have already moved on to the next scam. Like for this one, they've already moved on to Wall Street Pepe, right? They've already moved on to the next scam. That's how they normally operate. And I think there are going to be a couple of Pepe scams since this one is done so well, right? In terms of the amount that they are raising and all that. So with that said, something that is very important that you need to know about is when you are actually claiming, don't be tricked into claiming and staking, right? So this is what we're talking about, claim and stake, right? So there is a button when you're claiming. For most of the scams that we've covered for this in the past is you think you're actually claiming, but they trick you into claim and stake. So when you check, after you have claimed, you realize that actually you clicked claim and stake, right? So you need to be extremely careful of this, right? You don't want to claim and stake. You just want to claim. That's it, right? Don't claim and stake, because if you claim and stake, guess what? These 7 days are also going to apply. The moment you stake, you have to wait 7 days, right? And then during that time, your initial investment, it might go down by 50, 60, 70% by the time that these 7 days are done. So you want to actually stay away, to be careful that you're not actually claiming and staking, right? Rather, you just want to claim. So that's some of the information that I wanted to actually share with you in terms of this actual launch. So now let's talk about possible scenarios that can actually occur in terms of Pepe Unchained, right? So remember, the scam is in the pre-sale, right? After the pre-sale, you can buy the token, you can do whatever you want to do, right? But buying in the pre-sale is risky because number one of the things that you can run into is you're not even able to claim your tokens, right? You're not able to claim your tokens. Why? Because they block you right here on their website, right? They have a history, right? They have a full history right here of, or rather a memory table, some table that they have of all the wallets that they have bought in the pre-sale, and they can blacklist certain wallets, right, from being able to claim. So no matter what you do, you are still not able to claim, and you wonder what's going on, right? It's because they blacklisted your wallet right here. And make sure that don't just go to the conclusion that your wallet is being blacklisted, right? Do all the other things like clear your cookies, disconnect your wallet, and all of that, right? You want, and also you can only claim with the same wallet that you actually bought in the pre-sale. It won't work for you to use a different wallet. I just need to say that because some people think it's actually possible to do that, but it's not, right? So that's number one thing that I wanted to share with you is the risk is in the pre-sale, which is the reason why I say never ever buy in the pre-sale, right? Because when you buy in the pre-sale, you avoid these 7 days things, right? The 7 day periods, and also the blacklisting, right? The wallet blacklisting. Your wallet can be blacklisted from claiming, and only when the token has gone down 70, 80%, that's when now you are able to claim, but you have already lost 70, 80% of your investment, right? So you avoid all of those things by just not buying during the pre-sale. You can buy after launch, because after launch, you're actually buying the tokens, right? When you buy here, there's no TGE. You're just buying a value. When you connect your wallet and you see a value, it's just a value. It's just that. You're not actually buying the actual token, right? That's how they break the rules of crypto. And a lot of people actually say, no, you don't understand how crypto works and all that, how pre-sales work and stuff. I understand them very well. The way that they used to be called ICO, the initial coin offerings, right? Actually, what used to actually happen in the past, we're talking about 3 years, right? When a token comes, the pre-sale will be whitelisted people. So the people who create the project who approach certain individuals, or they might have certain individuals who are willing to put up a certain amount of money. It can be maybe 100K or 50K, and then they will be told when the launch is going to happen. It wasn't just an open-ended for everyone to be able to come and just buy during the pre-sale. It was just a few individuals, not even 10 in some instances, right? And these individuals were not allowed to actually sell their tokens at once. There will be like a contract, right? An agreement, sometimes enforced on the blockchain, that they can't sell at certain intervals and so on, so that they don't just dump onto the project, right? So these were created to inject liquidity for the project and to actually move it forward. And some of these people who invested during the ICO, part of these like under 10 number of investors, they wouldn't even sell, right, for a very long time. And they would sell maybe just in chunks. And some of it was actually enforced on the blockchain such that they can't even sell even if they want to. That's how these ICOs were actually done, which was the initial coin offerings, not these pre-sales that you see now. These pre-sales are just a money grab. And it is actually proven that they actually don't really work most of the time, because the token just dumps at the end, because the people who created the pre-sale, the scammers, they just dump on everyone and move on to the next pre-sale, right? That's what we are seeing happening now, especially now we are in the bull market. There are multiple pre-sales, multiple scams out there. So be extremely vigilant. So this is what I wanted to share with you in this video. Let me know, what is your experience? Are you able to claim your tokens? You didn't have any issue? were you able to make a profit, right? And by the way, just because it's a scam, it doesn't mean that Pepe Unchained is not going to blow up, right? And go and get listed in a bunch of exchanges and all that. But remember, buying in the pre-sale is a huge risk, right? It's a huge risk. But what causes a token to become popular is just because of adoption, right? We spoke about it. For those of you who've got a copy of the Big Brain Crypto Ego Logbook, don't forget to log. You're getting a critical stage. Once the launch is okayed, you need to log all the information that you're seeing, as you have already been logging right now, right? Affiliate link is in the description, right? It's very important for you to start logging, because that's how you actually are going to put yourself in the 1% of people who see things in these pre-sales that a lot of people don't even see, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you for today. So all the best. Let me know what is going on, if you had bought and staked, or if you bought, you didn't stake, and you want to claim your tokens. How much did you actually buy worth of ETH, right? Let me know if you're able to claim, and if things went well for you, right? So hopefully a lot of you are not going to lose that much, but I'm going to be watching, right? We are going to record this, and I'm going to be covering this, the good, the bad, the ugly, right, all the way to the end. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.